And now, Mrs. Ӓлюшина, the floor is yours.
Yes. Thank you, dear colleagues. Hello, we are from Ukraine. Dear colleagues, Russia's aggression against Ukraine forces us to greet our friends all over the world in this way. I'm sure all those who have gathered here are our friends. The real experience of public administration in wartime is unique to the civilized world. Of course, Ukraine is a democratic, peaceful country who would prefer to avoid the tragic, exclusive experience, but he have no choice. We fight for our freedom, for our rights to exist, for the future of our children. Ukraine and its system of public administration are currently being tested for strength and ability to transformation rapidly. I will try to outline certain trends in such a transformation of the public administration system of Ukraine. In general, the public service system of Ukraine within the first stage of the war has proved to be quite effective. Our unity and desire to be useful has reformatted our processes in the first hours of the armed aggression against Ukraine. The system did not fail, and the civil servants and local government officials continued to work. People needed to receive the services, help, and support they needed. I admire the strength of spirit and courage of the people around me who work in the public service. Today, they remain faithful of the oath at their workplaces in the armed forces of Ukraine, territorial defense, and volunteer organizations. They're saving lives, rebuilding infrastructure, working on the international front, simply responding to citizens' appeals on a daily basis and trying to help them. And those who suffer today and need help, hundreds of thousands. And this is the awareness and the responsibility with which every morning, every air alarm that does not choose the time, each of us wakes up with. However, we have losses among our colleagues. They died because of the aggressor. I often joke that the COVID-19 pandemic prepared us for the war to some extent. Within the last 2 years, we have digitized many processes and have made great strides in building a system of distant mode. This was facilitated in particular by a system of special online communications and training. They were initiated before the war in the agency I had. We practiced electronic communication skills to counter the pandemic, but they proved to be useful in wartime. We all need to continue to develop remote formats and be ready for anything. We are currently training civil servants in civil defense skills, extreme logistics, chemical protection, and psychological support in emergencies. And it is not only during this period that such a training should become mandatory. It's about security and confidence in the future. The war has emphasized the challenges of optimizing public service. It requires organizational and technological innovation. We focus on remote control forms and a range of digital formats. We are working on these tasks within the strategy of the National Council for the Reconstruction of Ukraine, which was initiated by the head of state. Today, strategic trends of the development of public service are being developed. First of all, we are talking about digitalization with a bias towards remote services and the course of building a serious state that is as loyal to the needs of citizens as possible. We have a political will and the public demand for amendments. A number of working groups are currently working in order to rebuild the country. One of them has been focused on public administration reform. Among the key areas are following ones: formation of the effective system of government, implementation of a fair system of remuneration, improvement of the system of professional training, implementation of an information human resources management system, adaptation of the civil service to the European Union standards, and development of modern HR. Currently, the civilized world is gathering weapons for Ukraine to win the war. Innovation and good practices are our weapons on the public services front. This is especially important for Ukraine, as yesterday Ukraine was granted the candidate status for the accession to the European Union. Ukraine is confident of its victory, and we are trying to meet it with a public service system adapted to the post-war terms. And I'm sure our cooperation, involvement, and commitment of international partners to common values will help with it. This will serve the foundation of Ukraine's reconstruction. Thank you for your attention, and glory to Ukraine.
Indeed, glory to Ukraine, Ms. Н.Алюшиної. Thank you for your opening speech, for your very warm welcome speech, and I wish you much strength and persistence in this process and a quick reconstruction, as you mentioned, and that you come out of this process even stronger than before. So good luck to Ukraine. Congratulations again to Ukraine and to Moldova for the candidate status.